It's community. So we want to welcome you again to another episode of this Speak Harmony podcast. We do this every single Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. And we're live on YouTube. We would like to thank, first of all, our sponsors, our major sponsor, Mr. P and his crew, APAP Media, a photo and production full-service media company specializing in podcasting, multi-camera recording, video and live streaming services, and many more. You may contact them at 470-657-1998. That's 470-657-1998. Or you may email them at info@apapmedia.com. Again, it's info@apapmedia.com. Thank you again for joining. So, Sister Sharon, what's going on?
I am good.
Howdy, howdy.
So beautiful. You're looking so gorgeous today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I pay the compliment right back to you. I mean, this is what we're vibing. That's what it is.
We are in harmony. Hey.
We are.
So, sister, what did you do over the weekend?
God, that's that $1 million question.
You had a full weekend.
God, I
It
did.
was so much fun.
I did. You know, every week it gets to be, what did I do? Was it last weekend or the weekend before?
Senior moments.
No, it's just a whole heap of things happening,
So
all at once.
What did you do?
Girl,
Did you go anywhere?
Huh?
Did you go anywhere special?
Well, yeah, on Friday nights, with the Clarendon College.
Oh, yes, Clarendon.
Oh my God, Clarendon College weekend.
Yeah.
It's high school in Jamaica let me tell you. It's my mother's, family's school. But anyway, they did this amazing thing. They turned it up because they had a meet and greet in Lawrenceville at a Golden Crust. We had a beautiful time. I did not make it to the gala, the ball that night on Saturday, but I heard it was amazing. But the Olympian, who, by the way, still holds the record to this day. How many years later? She's Sandy, gosh, what's her name? Sandy Richards. Mm-hmm. She still holds the record. Unbroken record for whatever her space is. Mm-hmm. But she's amazing. She was amazing. I met her that Friday night. Hate that I couldn't get to go celebrate with her on Saturday, but yeah. We had a good time at the brunch on Sunday. So they culminated with a brunch on Sunday, and they had the perfect spread. It was the ackee and the saltfish and the jerk chicken and the rice and peas and the salad and the fried dumplings. How could I forget that? The fried, yeah, girl. It was just, So it was a great weekend, and then Saturday morning. So you see what I'm saying? I'm skipping over. That's Clarendon College.
That's right.
So let's clear the slate. Saturday morning.
You had the run, right?
The run and walkathon. That was, the Atlanta Jamaican Association 5K.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. We had people who...
It was a nice weather.
It was beautiful weather. It was kind of cool.
I know, but
because it kind of shocked me because
run,
I started walking and I was like, this is a little too cool. And I forgot my jacket. So I'm like, listen. But it was nice. It was nice.
You had a good turnout?
It was a great turnout. Yes, it was.
Good.
So yeah, the weekend was great. And then Mother's Day, I mean, it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
So what says you?
I say I had a busy Friday, full client list. And then I had 3 engagements, so I couldn't make the Jamaica. It was just a lot because I had a speaking engagement where I talked about the relationship and mindset about money and health.
Yes.
At the Duluth Library. So,
Lilburn. Lilburn Library. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. And then big up to Catherine and Freeman Moore.
Yay.
Also had another speaking engagement where we talked about sowing the seeds and cultivating purpose. We're celebrating ladies advancing in purpose. And they had their dignitaries that came out and looked good and grand. And so, I was well received, so I'm thankful for that. And then, of course, Mother's Day, I have 5 adult children, so they all showered me with their love.
I love it.
So yes, and even my grandkids called, so that was really nice. So that was that. And so with that being said, we want to say big up to all the mothers, because, without mothers or women in general, there would be no world. Hey, sorry about that, Pops.
But I mean, you're right about that. And I saw it somewhere. Someone posted it.
Yeah.
Which they said they shout out mothers because they're the creator. They're the creative body.
Yeah.
In that relationship, they're the ones that produce. And I was like, no offense to men, because you do produce as well.
If they didn't introduce, we wouldn't produce.
Hey. Boom! I like that. Booyah! Ooh, we're gonna coin that. We have to coin that one. We gotta coin that one.
Forget y'all, because we know if you didn't introduce, we would not produce. That's the new one.
Love it.
You see how things just come?
Wow.
So let's talk about the National Day.
Yes.
All right. So we know that May is also Mental Health Provider Appreciation Month.
Yes.
Right? But today is the day. It's celebrated on the 12th to recognize and appreciate the contributions that mental health care workers across the United States.
Yes.
I mean, we are so thankful for those. And we know that we're in a mental health crisis.
We are.
And just to be able to, for me, it's a passion to learn what are the signs and symptoms, because once you learn signs and symptoms of any illness or dis-ease in the body, then you have a quicker way to start this.
Yes.
To help solve
That's an
the
advantage
issue.
right there.
So it's always important to recognize, but we're thankful for those healthcare workers, because it's not easy.
It's not.
It is not easy dealing with someone who has a mental health crisis. You're talking about gold star for patience. Working with them and really helping us to get out of this crisis. It's serious. So all the mental health providers, we really appreciate of you all. Thank you so much for the work that you do.
Yes.
And we also, this day on the 12th, we celebrate Chronic Fatigue Syndrome Day. So every year on May 12th, the world recognizes international, so this is the terminology, myalgic encephalomyelitis, right? Encephalomyelitis, is the brain, and myelin is the muscles, so it's inflammation. So there are signs and symptoms that people have. As women, it's common for us to say, I'm tired. But it's a difference when you're tired doing your daily activities. And being fatigued can go with a lot of other symptoms. Heart disease is definitely number one. But it's also a immune issue.
I was going to say.
And it's a neurological, disease. And so what this day talks about is raising the awareness. It's a chronic long-term disability, and it causes unusual severe fatigue after a person exerts themselves. And this fatigue is not relieved by rest. And it occurs even after minor physical, mental, or emotional exertion. Mental exertion, okay? So, and this person could have it and not even realize it until, of course, the adrenals get tired.
Depleted, yeah.
But
they don't know. That's what it is.
And so this
Most
is why
people just don't have a clue.
It's so important to learn the signs and symptoms, especially certain things that run in your family.
Yeah.
And then this is why I always say, listen to your body. You have to do a body scan at night and talk to your body. Hey, head, how you doing? Ears, eyes, I kind of, do a mental scan. So when I know what feels good and normal, I know what's out of sync.
Yes.
So. And then it is also fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia.
Fibromyalgia.
I should know my med terms better than this. All right. This is the awareness day, and this, again, is a musculoskeletal disorder that causes chronic pain all over the body. And, the thing with this, why it took so long for women were going through this, and they, they just thought it was a myth. It was just like how when women experience PMS, they was like, it must be
Yeah.
Maybe you just got a headache. Maybe you just need
You're
to
miserable.
rest. Yes, it's really nothing going on because it's so difficult to identify. And also a lot of the symptoms are so similar to other things, but it is a serious thing. And it's not just a psychological thing. It is a real thing. And so now Days talks about many places are recognizing what it is. So this is an awareness day. So if you have fibromyalgia, how can I say that word?
Fibromyalgia.
Myalgia. Fibromyalgia.
Yes, there
Please
you go.
look it up. Look at the
Yes,
signs and the
yes,
symptoms
yes.
and talk to your provider about that. And lastly, this is a fun one. When I spoke with you earlier today, you were saying, "Oh, I'm going to talk to my plants." So guess what? It is International Day of Plant
Health. Love it.
So you
Love
were
it.
right on
Oh,
target.
man, I love
It's
it.
like, my plants, you were giving them some love, and that's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
It's also the day to raise awareness about protecting plant health,
Yes.
to improve food security, distribution, and consumption. And it was declared by the United Nations. And its aim was to encourage communities to tackle plant and crop health issues as a way to help end hunger. Did you know that? As a way to help decrease hunger, reduce poverty, protect biodiversity, and boost economic development.
Yes, yes.
So it's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so this day, it follows the legacy of the UN's International Year of the Plant observed, which, guess what? Only 2020 is when they started. Only in 2020.
Oh, we're late.
Yeah.
We're late.
Yeah.
We're really late. It's like sustainability. I mean, we've been hearing about plastic bottles, recycling for what, 30 years?
Yeah.
At least. We've been recycling for a long time.
And so it seems
And
that
recycling is gone pretty
Yeah.
much because in some counties here in Georgia, they do not recycle.
No.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
It's not mandated.
It's not. I know that because in the county next to mine, they don't. They just don't. And so I go to people's houses and I say, "Hey, what are you doing with the glass and the stuff in there?" They're like, "Sharon, yeah, go pick them up because because I dumpster dive and I'm like, depending on where I am,
Yeah.
and I pull the bottles, I put them in my car and I take them home and recycle them
Because so nice.
but
It is about
and I am
saving the
not a
earth.
tree.
Yes.
Mother
It's
Earth
about
is if
saving
I'm
the
unfair
earth.
to her.
Yeah.
Guess what? She won't give two nonsense about me. So I have to give back to her
That's
what
right.
she gives
and we
to
are
me.
part of the earth.
We are
So
Mother
taking
Earth.
care of the earth is taking care of us.
Of us.
as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
heard
so,
someone say that
yeah.
on Sunday. She says, "Oh, I'm a tree hugger." I say, "I am too." And so tree hugger, it's a different definitions because I hug the trees. I want my trees.
Yeah.
There is a reason we have trees.
And it's an energy. And do you know that
course.
even in certain parts of Asia, the Tibetans, when they cut down a tree, there's a prayer.
It's a prayer, of course.
There's
of
a
course.
prayer.
And
It's
sometimes they
giving
cut it
grace.
down and they
Yes.
plant another one.
Another one. That's
That's
right.
it. They
So, yeah.
replace it. It's only over here in this place that we call, our residents.
Yes.
Our residents or temporary residents that we don't give to. We just cut down everything. We just go around, just chop everything down. And so, we're building houses.
Yeah.
And
no
then,
regard.
and there's no, that's it. And we don't realize there's a repercussion.
There is
there's a
always
yin and a
repercussion.
yang.
That's right. There is
Ooh,
a
that's a
action
whole
and
different
reaction. It
podcast
sure
altogether,
is.
but-
it's so necessary.
It is.
But talking about taking care of others,
Yes,
serving
yes,
others.
yes.
Talk about leaving a legacy.
Yes,
Who you
yes.
got today, Sharon?
Oh my gosh. So I'm not going to ruin her name, but she's got the most beautiful name. It's Nyasha Bennett. But she's a dedicated wife, Sister Sharon. She's a dedicated wife and mother of 3 sons who has proudly called Newton County, a little distance from here, her home for 25 years. Throughout this time, she's actively participated in various local initiatives. Her family, her entire family, she's got a son, and I can boast for her. She's a son who's a championship coach because his high school won the championship. Was it last year or the year before?
They won their region. Yeah.
The region, right, there you go. Big time. So they're all soccer people, right? That's in their blood, but it comes down the whole line. It's a whole lineage there.
Football.
But football, as we call it, football.
The real football.
the real football, yes. But throughout all of this time, I mean, she's been raising her family there. She's done various local initiatives where she does, she has made contribution to the county itself, economically, socially, and otherwise. She's a serious entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, I might add. But her commitment to the community began over 40 years ago. So she began before she was in the mother's womb.
40 years ago.
Right?
Wow.
As a child, and I'm thinking 40 and you're 30. How does that work? That's not, the math is not mathing. My girlfriend, she is, and I've never heard it before this much. I've heard a few, not many, but she's a certified event planner. Certified. She has demonstrated her expertise through her own ownership and partnership on the Vintage on First and Also Chic, CHIQUE, two distinctive event venues in Newton County. Additionally, she is the proud owner of the Event LLC and Peak of View, love it, by the Event.
All right, we got to talk. Listen,
Girlfriend.
we gotta talk about these.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So I'm going to let her jump into the rest of it because there's a whole lot. She's. Let me not mess that up. She's from Trinidad.
Uh-oh.
But she
Oh,
also,
God.
she's a Trini to the bone. She's a Trini to the bone. Okay. But she currently serves on the board of directors of the Newton County Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And proudly served as chair of the events committee for the Newton County Chamber in 2025.
Okay.
This sister, I mean, she's had a past life, and we'll dig a little bit more into that. So she's done a whole lot of stuff. But her dedication to advancing in the field of medical ultrasound and exemplified by her previous tenure, she'll get into that. She'll tell us a little more about that. So we want to introduce to some and to others, Miss Nye. I'm going to call her Nye so I don't ruin her name. Nye Bennett. Welcome to APAT Media, to the Speak Harmony podcast.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. This is phenomenal. Let me tell you something, and let me tell everybody something. If you walk into this studio, aesthetics is my thing.
Yes, it is.
And I just felt right at home, and I was just like, wow, these ladies are really doing something in here. So thank you for having me. I appreciate both of you, and phenomenal podcast as always. Getting out to the community. I love what you're doing. So let me thank you guys for what you do and what you offer for our community, first of all.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Big
Yes.
up to APAT Media.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. P and Damien. Shout outs.
Yes. So, so thank you for having me. Let me tell you just a little bit about myself. Yes, I am a Trini to the bone, but I was actually born in Brooklyn. But
Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn in the house.
The Bronx.
Right, Brooklyn in the house. But my parents would tell you that I claim Trini all the way. That's who I am.
Yes.
That's my
All day.
My mom and dad born in Trinidad. I spent all of my summers in Trinidad. When I was a baby, I lived in Trinidad for a while, and then came back up here. My mother would tell you a joke when I came back to school here that the kids used to make fun of my accent. So I am a Trini.
Yes.
So I'll leave it at that. Okay. But I was born in Brooklyn. So if you
Yes.
ever look me up, you can't say I lied.
And look, and she loved it that much that she found her a Trini man to marry. She really did.
But I always said, if I got married, because back in the day I was like, I don't know if this marriage thing was for me. But I said, if I got married, it had to be a Trini.
Wow, I love
And
it.
So
Maintain the culture.
Yes.
maintain
Yes.
the culture, and he's the perfect man for me.
Yes.
Definitely.
And he's Trini to the bone.
Oh yes, you can't get more Trini than him.
No, you don't.
Mr. Bennett is not changing for anybody.
Nobody at all.
He is who he is. That accent is still there after being in this country.
That's what I'm saying. He spent most of his
Yeah.
life here.
Yeah, he came here when he was 19. And
Yes, but he's like-
yeah,
I'm a Trini.
he's a Trini.
Yeah.
and he's proud of it, and he should be.
Yes.
As I am.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, like I said, I just, my background really is that 40 years ago, my parents and my godfather, Joe Charles, started an organization in Brooklyn called Sesame Flyers International. If you're from Brooklyn, you know it. It's on Church Avenue, and it stands there still today.
Even from the Bronx, and I know about it.
Right, exactly. And it was a cultural organization that really promoted the Caribbean community and the kids and helping them, after school, before school, and all that good stuff. And the motto is love a kid today and every day. And that's what it stands for.
Nice.
Yes.
And so as a young person, we were in the Saturday programs all the time. We playing pan or the steel drum.
Right?
Right?
Oh, yes, I love
and,
that. I love
just
that.
learning the culture. And with that, my parents were always into, let's give back to the community. We're giving to the community. We're teaching the community about our culture, because informed community is an engaged in community.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's where that started. And but I got married when I was 22 and moved to Atlanta with Brent. And with that, it still carried on.
Yes.
We brought our culture to Atlanta, and just making sure that we didn't lose that. We wanted our kids to know what it is to be a Trini, what it is to be a West Indian.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Because we're very proud of it. And so with that, again, we started Sesame Atlanta, and we have that in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not as active as I used to be in it, but it still stands today. And like I said, I'm always one for being in the community.
Correct.
Whether it's for the kids, for women, just being involved in the community. And it's so important because, you don't want to lose your culture.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
You don't want to
not.
lose your culture. It's very important to me. And so, like I said, I just like getting involved. One thing, when Brent and I moved to Newton County, we wanted to make sure that our kids got involved. So they were all a part of the YMCA. They're YMCA kids.
Yes.
And shout out to Miss Luli Haycap in the Covington YMCA, because she really helped mold my children. They served the community. They coached soccer. They gave their time to the YMCA. And these things are important.
They are.
They are important.
Yes.
Because, you need to be humble.
Wow.
You need to be humble. Okay? It's not about... mommy and daddy could give you certain things, because Brent and I really worked hard when we came here. We didn't have anything when we came here.
Yes.
We were 22 years old with a 1-year-old and then another baby on the way. And we had to work hard to get what we needed to get. So it wasn't like, we could just dish out money and all that stuff like that. But we worked hard to get to where we were. Yeah. But we told our children that, just because we can, that doesn't mean that we will. Okay, so we grew.
Wow.
Our kids are very humble because of that. Yeah. And we wanted them to make sure that they got out into the community.
Yeah.
Brent was very active in the YMCA, and like I said, I was very supportive of my kids and all the things that we do in Newton County for our children and for the community. But came a time where I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to learn ultrasound, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did.
You were a chief stenographer.
I was a chief stenographer
15 years.
for 15 years.
Yes.
For 15 years.
That's
I
a
did
long
that.
time.
Was
That's
there a
dedication.
specialty in that? Were you doing
Maternal fetal medicine.
maternal fetal? Yeah.
That is my heart. That is my passion.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I did that, while my kids were in school, and, one was barely in school. I did that. And love doing that. And again, it's more than just a career. Okay? When you work in maternal fetal medicine, you see these moms and these babies and all that stuff like that. I have kids now that were born almost 20 years ago. that, I get a card from their mom saying, look who's graduating.
Wow, because you
This
knew them
and look-
before they
Yes,
knew the world.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So that is,
Yeah. It's
That's
rewarding.
special.
That's rewarding. It's special.
That's a kind of special you can't even express.
yeah, you have to have a heart.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're in that type
Yes.
of environment.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
So again, some may say my heart is too big, because I'm always very
Giving,
and,
yes, you are.
And I take my patients, I take them personally. And so, like I said, I was chief stenographer for 15 years, but I'm one of those go-getters.
Yes.
Nothing is ever enough.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I
want more.
want more. I want more. Let's see what
There
I can
is
do
more.
next. And
So why not?
There is more, and why not? And
Yeah.
so in 2021, actually, during the pandemic, one day, as Sharon said to me earlier, I had the stroke. And at the age of 47, and I thought, I'm somewhat healthy
Yeah.
or whatever, Nobody's thought that I would have the stroke. It was a mild stroke, but it was still the stroke. And that's when a lot of things started to kind of change for me.
For you. Yeah. Yeah.
I started looking at life a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And saying to myself, hey, what do you really want out of life?
Yeah.
And I speak to people now with this purpose. What do you really want out of life? What do you really see yourself doing? Not because mommy and daddy wanted you to be a lawyer, or mommy and daddy wanted you to be a doctor, or mommy and daddy wanted you to be an engineer. What do you enjoy doing? Right? So I always enjoyed throwing parties. That's me.
Yeah.
In the family,
Yeah.
we throwing a party called Nyasha. She's gonna have every pot, pan, tablecloth,
Yes.
whatever.
That's you. That's her.
It's me.
Yeah.
It was
That's
in
her.
my basement.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. I
Okay.
believe that.
And so my friends and I, that's what we used to do, just throw parties or whatever for ourselves and stuff like that. And then I started decorating and all that stuff. But this was before the stroke. But when I had the stroke, I said to myself, man, life ain't so long
Yeah.
Okay.
after all.
Yeah.
I don't know what tomorrow is
gonna
going to
Yeah.
bring.
Yeah.
So I said to Brent, who is, and Sharon knows him very well.
Yes.
Who's a very business-minded thinker.
Sure is. Yes.
Everything, the numbers have to
Yes.
match. Everything.
Everything. Math
I
has
was
the
like,
math.
The math has the math. I said, I want to open my own venue. And he goes, how? Why?
What's it gonna cost?
What's it going to cost? What's
I'm
your
married.
break even?
I'm married to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your break even?
Yes.
Start throwing all these numbers and
Yeah.
stuff to me. And I said, oop, let me get my stuff together.
Yes.
And so, like I said, what I started to do was I went back to school again online, and I became a certified event planner.
Love it.
Okay?
Love
Because
So what would you say
What is
the
that? Yeah.
difference between a certified event planner versus one who just calls themselves an event planner?
I mean, to me, I was able to go to these courses and get a lot of information that I thought I knew I was doing right. Okay?
There's a
I
difference. There's a
thought
way.
I
There's a
was
way to
doing-
do things,
there's a way
right?
to do things. I thought I knew. I thought this was the right way to go. I
Yes.
thought this would be beneficial for the client versus
Yes.
me. How do I make? How do I make money with this thing?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Okay,
Yes.
what's my bottom line?
Yes.
How do I make this make money?
Yes.
Okay, because before it was a hobby.
That's right.
And now it's my
Right?
business.
Big
Now it's a
difference.
business, and hobbies could become very expensive
Yes, ma'am.
if you don't do it the right way.
Yes, ma'am.
So I knew I had to do something to make this hobby a business.
Business.
Okay, so that's what I did. I went online. I even as a chief stenographer, right? So money wasn't the issue. I didn't need extra money. It was my desire.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
my
yeah,
desire,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
It was something that I wanted to do
Yes.
for me.
Yes.
Okay, so what do I need to do that? You know, how do I do that? And still be able to answer to the person who's going to ask me, how much
Yes.
is this going to cost?
Yes. Yes.
You know, how are we going to make this work?
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, I did that, you know, and
You have what, 4 event spaces?
no, 2.
No, 2.
Oh, 2
2.
events.
We're in the ambitious.
I know she's
Dr.
putting, she's
It'd
putting
be
it out
nice.
there. I like
Okay, you
that.
put
I
it
like
out
that. She put it
there.
out
You put
there.
it out there.
Okay.
But
Wow.
I have 2 with my business partner, and you know we started off one, and
And that's the Vintage on
that's
First.
Vintage on
Vintage on
First.
How did you come up with that name, Vintage on First?
Well, it's on First Avenue in Mansfield. And so, and it was a very old building. When we looked through the window of this building, right, it had no plumbing. It had no electricity.
Talk about vintage.
It had nothing. There was a shed like attached to the
there
back.
it is. How beautiful.
There's
Look
my
at that.
baby.
There's her baby.
Yes.
Oh.
So it had a shed attached to the back, and you were like, okay. I said, oh, I'm going to call Brent and let him see what this looks like. And
Starting from the ground up for real.
started
though.
from the
From
ground,
ground up.
And like I said, he's a numbers guy. So he walked in, and he said, okay, look, how much does this cost? I told him, look, he said, this is doable.
Wow. Girlfriend. Check.
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 Right?
Yes.
I was like, man is on board. Okay.
Yes.
Next step. Because
Yes.
anybody that knows
Yes.
me, and I'm
Yeah.
not ashamed to say this,
Yes.
if Brenda's not on board,
Ain't happening.
it ain't happening.
Because he knows the numbers. And
Yeah, we are
he's-
business partners. We are Bonnie and Clyde. We are, this is how we do.
Yes.
Right?
I
So
love
if
it.
he's not on board, I don't care who you are.
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel
Yeah.
the same way.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, good. All right. So my business partners and I, you know, we invested a lot of sweat equity.
Yes.
And
Yes.
shout out to my dad. Oh my God. My dad at 70 something years old was scraping windows, walls, and painting. And up to this day, we call him our best employee.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But let me just interrupt you there, because when you said 70 years old, I'm just letting you know there's a young buck right there.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's a young man,
If
you
you know
know?
my dad, he's now 80, but if you know my dad, he thinks he is probably younger than me.
Of course.
Okay?
I love it.
Yeah, he's for the streets.
Yeah.
Love
They
it.
say. But he's just full of energy, and
Wow.
but he was in there, you know, my business partners, husbands, friends, family. We
Yes.
pulled together and we pulled off something that was always a dream of mine, because when you walk into somebody else's venue and you realize, wow, this is not the way I want to be treated. This is not the way I want my client to be treated. This is
Yes.
not what I want for my client, but you know what? This is what we have.
That's what we have to work with.
This is what we have to work with, right? And I felt like, why are people okay giving people mediocre or poor stuff?
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you want people to feel when they walk into your venue?
When they walk into my venue, I want them to feel that they're in the best. I want them to feel that I could do anything here, and when their guests walk in, they're going to be impressed. They're going to say, you know what, I could have something here.
Yeah.
You know, it's clean.
Yes.
It's aesthetically pleasing.
Yes.
Okay.
And the bathroom is clean.
Oh my gosh, girl.
you have venue in the bathroom.
Well, let me just interrupt her here, because this was 2 years ago.
2
right?
years ago, yes.
Oh my God, time flies. She had her husband's celebration. He won. He's now tax commissioner. He's been tax commissioner of Newton County.
All right.
And let me tell you something. When I pulled up to that spot, On the way there, because it was kind of dark, so I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah, I heard it's in the boondocks.
Oh,
It's
let
in
me
the
tell you. Let me tell you. It's out there in Jamaica. We say in the Yuntry. Take off the C and put a Y. But when I pulled up to the spot, I was like, darn. And this is from outside at night. When I walked into the venue, I tell you what, I was so impressed. I still talk about it.
Yep.
The food, and I don't eat meat, guys. So I have a limited diet. But what I was presented at that space,
Presentation is everything.
presentation was I mean, from
'Cause it's
those
your
high
first
boys,
impression.
first impression, the high boys, just the way you had it laid out, Sister Dear.
Beautiful.
The food, when they started bringing us stuff, and her and our business partner, and we were like this. 'Cause when I tell you the who's who was in that space at that night, celebrating with them, and they were like, wow. Okay. And we were eating and they're like, did you have that? I said, no, I didn't taste it because it had some meat. They're like, oh my gosh, you're missing out. And I'm like, okay, don't tempt me like that. But I went and I ate what I ate. And I talked about that for months, for years. I was just talking about it. I was like, that space out there.
Yeah, she has.
Oh, my
really,
gosh.
babe. And with
Well, yeah.
that, I think we're getting ready to do a commercial break. Is that right?
We are.
Producers?
Yes, we are.
All right.
Wow.
All right. So
Welcome
we're
back. Welcome back.
Yes.
So
we
we've
have
got a few.
Nyasha Bennett
Bennett,
here.
yes,
All
yes.
right. A certified event planner. And we were just talking about her first venue, Vintage on First.
Yes,
Sharon
we
was
got-
just bragging about how beautiful it was. It was a little drive, which also was going to let you know, open up to the beautiful expectation.
Absolutely,
of this Vintage
absolutely.
On First.
But
Yes.
before we even go any further, we've got a few things happening,
yes.
as usual in this Hotlanta,
Hotlanta,
as they call
yes.
Hotlanta, because there's always something jumping around here.
Yes. What we
So
got
we've got
going
a couple
on?
of things. We've got Haiti, on the world stage, Pride, Purpose, and Possibilities. Guys, look it up because it's a virtual event, but it's coming up on the, let's see, what date is that? Look, I think we slipped, we missed that
Did
one,
we
guys.
miss it?
We sure did.
No, it's tomorrow. It's the
tomorrow.
13th. Haiti.
God, I'm like, hold
Yes,
on, I'm
okay.
thinking we missed it.
No,
Let me
it's
tell
tomorrow.
you, we've got to get on this one because May 13th, that's tomorrow. Oh my God. The week is gone already.
Already. May.
I won't tell you what I have going on this weekend because that's what's pushing it. That's it right
Yes.
there.
Woo.
So I'm
Dinner
getting
en
ready.
Rouge.
En Rouge.
So that's
we
really
probably-
good. That's a French, and then we just talked
Girl.
about Haiti. So
Haiti.
Yes.
Okay.
Haiti.
This is Integrity Children's Fund, their annual event. And let me tell you something, I can't wait for I'm kind of anxious to get there because I know those people, they show up and they show off.
Yes, they
show
do.
off.
And they put on a real good event.
Oh, they
Yes,
do.
they do.
They do. So guys, it's this coming Saturday. If you don't have your ticket, I don't know what you're going to do because I'm sure this event is sold out. So it's this coming Saturday at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis downtown. And so they tell you it's a black tie affair, but red is optional. Yeah. It's one of those
So it's
very,
gonna be
very,
hot.
very sophisticated
Put on
events.
your red
Put on your
dress.
dress. Yes. And then we've got other stuff going on. So now there's Jamaica National Bank. Okay. They're talking about doing this on May 21st. It's a virtual event.
Okay.
So mark your calendars, guys. It's from 1:30 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and get on here because there's so much education. There's so much that you can learn. Securing a piece of the rock. So that is investing in Jamaica.
Okay.
So that's that. And then we have the architect of the memory coming up on May 31st. So we've got a whole lot of stuff going on. It's the keynote speaker for that event will be Cheryl Heron. She's an MD. And so that's coming up on May 31st at 12 noon. Guys, put it on your calendars because let me tell you, these are events that you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
I'm just overexcited because I can't wait. I'm counting down the days to
the different
everything that's
events.
going on here.
You know,
Yes.
this is the sister connector.
Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
The sister connector.
I get
Busy,
so
busy,
excited.
busy.
I get
If-
so-
Absolutely.
supporting our people, though, that's what we should do.
If Sharon
For the
doesn't know
community.
about it, it's not happening.
See, we already
know,
have 4
man.
events already going on.
4 events,
Okay?
yes.
All right. So now, tell me about Oh So Chic.
Okay.
I like that name. How did that
Yes.
come
So
about?
Oh So Chic is total opposite of Vintage on First. It's more modern. It's a little bit more chic. Right? So it's a smaller space. Vintage on First holds 100 people
Okay.
versus where Oh So Chic is more boutique, intimate setting. We hold 50
Yes.
people. But it's the perfect spot for an intimate party setting, something for family, friends. You could even, we have people who rent it out for businesses for their business lunches and stuff like that.
Workshops.
Yeah. It's, we have everything there that we could offer.
Look at that. Nice.
For you. So, graduation parties, baby showers, you name it, we do it at Oh So Chic as well.
Do you do the decorations as well?
Yes, we do.
Oh, she
yes,
does
we
it.
do.
Start to, they do it all.
Yep.
They do it all.
We do it all. We
Cater.
do it all. As much as you want, as little as you want. Now, if we cater for you, we try to do, if we're doing everything else, we try not to do the catering. Because one thing I don't want to be is stretched too thin.
Yes.
Okay? Because
Yes.
you have people out there, again, this is the difference when you take a course and you don't take a course. Okay? People want to do it all. And you can't. You
Wow.
can't,
It's called greed, though, because
Yeah.
if you're just extending yourself, what is it? Jack of all trade.
Master of none. So I
So
partner
got
with a
to,
lot
yes.
of, we partner with caterers.
Yes.
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 And this way we don't feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And we're sharing.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're sharing.
Yes.
You are
You're building. You're
community-minded.
community
Yeah.
minded. That's
Oh,
it.
of course. Everybody must eat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Everybody must eat. I don't have to have the whole plate.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
So I have a weird question because with all of this going on, coming from the medical space,
Uh-huh.
coming into your own, doing your own, building this legacy. Was there any point after you started this whole thing, which is your baby, that you gave birth to, that you said, you know what, I'm tired. I can't be bothered anymore.
I made a major move last year.
Yes.
Whereas I decided to leave my former employer of
Tell us about
almost
that.
20 years.
Yes.
It ended up being very kind of toxic after a while or whatever. And I decided that that wasn't for me. The way my life is built now, I'm not going to deal with stuff like that. I have too much pride, integrity, self-worth to be treated less than.
Yes.
Of course. Beautiful. Absolutely.
Okay.
Love it.
And although, and I say this, and I say this truthfully, and I've said this before because I made a post just last month and stated that it's been 1 year since I divorced my job.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say it was a divorce is because many people are married to their career and their job. Okay. And I was married to that particular job.
Because you were passionate about
I was
what you did.
passionate
You
about
loved
it.
what you did.
I love what I did.
Yes.
I never had to look for a job when I finished school. I went to Grady for ultrasound school. Shout out to Grady.
Nice.
Best hospital system.
Yes.
Training is awesome. But I went to Grady, and when I left there, well, let me go back. Before I went to Grady, I worked for the practice that I was working for. Right? I went and I used to be in banking of all things. Yeah.
Okay. She's done it all.
I was in banking,
Done it all.
and I told Brent that I wanted to go back to school to do ultrasound. Okay? And he was like, okay. So, but I said, before I do that, I want to work in the environment first. So I went and I worked for this particular company as their front office person just to get a feel of the environment.
Yes.
And I met some wonderful people. And actually, the doctor that owns the practice said, hey, go to school. I support you. When you finish, come back. And he held to his word. I never looked for a job.
Wow.
Okay, I went back. I never looked for a job. I called him. I said, I'm done. He said, when do you want to start?
Look at that. Yeah.
Okay?
Man. Yeah.
But I was a good employee.
Yes.
And he would tell you that.
Yes.
Even though I divorced him last year. But I loved him as a person. He was good to me as a person, but I don't think he was good to me as an employee. There's a difference.
There
Big
is a difference.
It's a huge
Yes.
There's a huge difference,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
He
Yes.
was good to me as a person, but he wasn't
Yes.
good to me as an employee. And I
Yes.
don't think he
I can
could
relate
see
to that, yeah.
right? And at the end, when I was leaving, he begged me to stay. And I said, I can't.
Yes.
Because there was certain things in that company that just didn't align with me anymore.
My mind, my body, and my soul.
Right. And I said, so you have to make a choice. And I know as a businessman, you're not going to choose me. So I choose myself.
Ah,
Look at that.
Say
Say
that
that
again.
again.
Say
I
that
choose
again.
myself.
Say that again.
Yes.
Yes.
You weren't going to choose me. You have to make money. I understand. And the decision that you're making is to make money.
yes.
It didn't align with me.
Yes.
That's okay. That's your business.
That's your business, of course.
So I chose myself.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I decided to take another, and when I decided to leave, I didn't have another job lined up. And a friend of mine, a good friend of mine that, like I said, I worked with 20 years ago, she said, I've been begging you to come over here. Come on, do the interview. And I said, okay. I wasn't looking for a job because Mr. Bennett told me, I sit home for a while.
Yeah.
You do enough.
yes.
And I
Shout out to Mr. Bennett.
Shout out to
You
Mr.
are-
Bennett.
you're the
And
best.
yes, and all
Yes,
the
he's
supporting
amazing. Oh my God.
husbands, because we had
all of
a-
the supporting
yeah.
husbands.
We have-
yeah,
yes.
we had
Yes.
guests
Big
last
them up.
week
Yes.
who were there supporting.
Yes.
So
Supporting.
yeah, we give thanks for them. Yes.
We, thankful. And I said, okay, let me go and do the interview. Whatever, let's see what this turns. I ended up going in, and I was like, wow, such a great environment. Hey, yeah, I'll be a regular tech, but I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I've been training people for years, so why not? And that's what I decided to do. I don't work every day, which is another great thing for me because then I could focus on my business a little bit
Of
more,
course. I love it.
right?
Yeah.
And so that works for me.
Yes.
And
But
so
your
those are
talent
some
and
good
stuff like that will
lessons
make room
there
for you, though.
that she's talking about, especially, once you understand what you want to do in your life.
Oh, yes.
And then understanding that you put yourself first, and also understanding
yourself
choosing
first.
yourself
Choose yourself.
first. And also understanding that you just don't let people treat you any kind of way if you
No.
value yourself.
That's it.
Yeah, and
But
then
you know,
working with that
Sharon,
and
yes.
then moving towards her passion.
That's it. So what happens in that regard, though, I find is that we get a little coward or complacent.
Oh, yeah.
Shy. I don't know what are the other words that we want to use, but we feel like we are so attached to the plantation because that kind of mindset is that plantation
Slave
mindset,
mentality.
and it is because how we were conditioned and indoctrinated by our communities or growing up is that they told us go to school, get great grades, and especially as females, you get good grades. You marry someone who will take care of you. You get the white picket fence. Nonsense, nonsense.
Yeah.
Because you've got to choose you first. And what we didn't have much of it. Our generation, especially, our options weren't like the kids now, the children now.
Oh, my
they
gosh,
have
the
options because you know
yeah.
what? Our generation learned from our parents' mistakes. They meant well, and they still do. But what they didn't teach us was you can be an entrepreneur.
Right.
You can do your own business. We thought it was no diss
Yeah.
to the IBMs and the Xerox and all these Fortune 500 companies, but a lot of them got started in the dining room,
or the
at the dining room
basement.
table,
Or the garage,
basement,
right.
or the
Yeah.
garage. A lot of them got started there. So what you got started building your legacy,
Yeah.
Mrs. Bennett, okay, the businesswoman. I am just saying, folks are watching and realizing that I've been at this job, deadbeat job, 20 years. We're making them millions of dollars, tons of money, but you're not choosing yourself because you're a slave to that plantation. And I'm not, again, I'm not knocking the 9 to 5.
And not
I'm just
everybody
saying,
feels
you
that
know,
way, but there is a point
there is a
where
place.
you decide that,
Right.
hey, maybe there is something else.
Something else. And if you have a
sometimes-
support system.
And sometimes it is a tragedy that happens that makes you step back and take a look.
Yes.
I always say that sometimes that has to happen so that you could sit down and reevaluate.
You have to
And look at the big
reevaluate.
Because
picture.
if it doesn't,
Yeah.
you don't move yourself
You
out
don't.
the way.
You
So
don't.
sometimes God has to make you move out of your way.
Put a hard pause.
And
I
then
tell
you
her-
take a look.
I
Yeah.
tell everybody, and I'm very honest. And you know, if people go online and look at some of my posts and everything like that, I tell everybody, I do not knock the 9 to 5 because you know
No.
what? The 9 to
course not.
5 is
It
my
pays the bill.
retirement money.
That's it. It pays
There
the-
you
Okay.
go. So you can't knock it.
A
You
small
start
business,
somewhere.
most small businesses, most small business owners
Yes.
cannot afford to put into a retirement.
That's it.
Don't
That's
even
it.
have
That's it.
what a 401k is not
Okay.
offered.
Okay, it's not
Health
offered,
benefits are
right?
not
No
offered.
benefits.
No.
So here it is. I have the best of
We
two
don't have
worlds.
that
Yes.
legacy as a people, though.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't.
Right.
The other folks can start it, and they have
Right.
the opportunity because they have the legacy.
Right.
But we have to build our
We
legacy,
have to
create our
build and
legacies.
create.
Of course.
So at the
I love what you said, though. I'm gonna go there. What you said is that as a caterer, as a person who has a catering, a business, right? You share the wealth.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna burn yourself out. You and your partner are not gonna burn yourselves
No.
out. You're gonna say, you know what? If we're gonna do this big event, we're gonna call for someone to cater, to do the catering, someone to do the cleaning up, to do this, to do that. We'll just set the stage.
Yeah.
And let it go from there. So I like that you're really pulling other people, employing other people.
Right, because to be honest with you, then am I really, do I own a business or do I just own my own job? Okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a difference.
Yeah, and 'cause,
Right?
you know, some people own their business and are a slave to that business, and so it's like a 9 to 5
Yeah,
job.
it's like a 9
so
to
you've
5.
learned that. What tip would you give to entrepreneurs?
So, case in point, I'm going to give you my weekend. Okay? Plants. Love my plants. I have the Garden of Eden in my bedroom. My husband probably hates it because I have plants everywhere. He can't even walk sometimes, right? And then I was out in the garden,
Yes.
right, where I'm planting my tomatoes, my cucumbers, my zucchini, my squash, my peppers.
Okay, I got my brown paper
Right?
bag.
Yes,
I'm
yes, it's coming. I'm
coming.
making sure. I'm going to bring some to the ladies here and Mr. P in the gang.
My
right?
brown paper bag is
But
waiting.
While I was doing that, guess what was running on the weekend? Those two venues.
That's right.
That's what I'm
Without
talking
me
about.
being in the
Yes.
door. All
Now
I had to
that's
do.
an entrepreneur
course.
versus someone who has a
That's
business.
Correct.
Yes,
I opened the
that's
door.
correct.
One place, I opened the door in the next place.
Yes.
The people came and they did their own stuff. Because guess what? We could do as much as you want or as little as you want. Right? And then guess what? Later on, they call me, Miss Nye, we're ready. Oh, sure, no problem. I go close up. Guess what? Somebody then comes to clean.
Of course.
Okay?
Yeah.
Next place,
Yes.
close up. Somebody goes. And meanwhile, I am still enjoying my Mother's Day weekend.
Of course.
I am out there with my plants, hanging out,
Love it.
talking.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's generating income.
It is keeping that money in the
Right.
community. That's community right
But
there.
I haven't worked hard.
That's
No.
right.
Okay? And then I'm still fresh to go to my 9 to 5 on Monday. Oh, my
Yes.
7 to 4, right? And I'm okay.
Yes.
And I could breathe and I could dedicate time to my family.
Yes.
You know, like I said, my husband and I, we're thick as thieves.
Oh,
If he's on the couch
yeah.
watching the New York Knicks, I'm on the couch next to him. I might not be watching the game, but I'm reading a book.
Of course.
Right?
But you're right there. You're present.
But I'm right there. I'm present. But if I had all of these things going and
You wouldn't be there. You couldn't
I
be
couldn't
there.
be there. I
Yeah.
couldn't be present.
Yeah.
And that's what breaks up marriages.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what breaks up
Yeah.
homes.
Not being present.
Yes.
And
That's
that's
right.
how you get
Yes.
burnt out.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? So,
Wow.
but going back to
Whew.
where we said our parents, they worked those jobs for years, for decades,
They
right?
did.
And they always say, don't put your hat where your hand can't reach, right?
right.
We have to start thinking, okay, I might have put my hat there, but how could I reach it? How can I make it obtainable?
Yes.
Because I want it. I want
Yes.
that hat.
Yes.
I want that hat.
I love it.
But how can I do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do we think that way?
Yeah.
You know, How do we make those things obtainable? And now creating our generational wealth, because we're missing that link.
We are.
So this is what important to you is legacy.
Legacy. I have 3 boys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are their ages?
One will be 30 next Wednesday, right? I'm dating myself.
Wow,
But I'm a
dating yourself,
proud 52-year-old woman.
Girlfriend,
okay?
dating yourself, please.
So I have a, he'll be 30 next week. My son in the middle is 27. That's my baby. He's autistic.
Yes.
And he will be with us until we go down, right? And then I have my 24-year-old who thinks he probably is the boss of everybody. But you know what? He is who he is, and I love him for it. But these 3 gentlemen, I have a house that I could leave for them. Whether they decide to keep it or not or whatever, that's money that they could take, because they know that their brother in the middle is going to need that support,
Yes.
right? And one thing I've taught my sons is that we're a unit,
Love it.
and they said they'll never forget about him.
Yes.
So they have that. They will have that building that I own.
Yes.
Because I own, we own Vintage on First. We own the building. We don't lease that one.
Yes.
Also Chic, we lease that one, but we're going to work towards ownership.
And you're
That's what I'm-
teaching them that it's
We're
about
teaching them.
ownership.
It's
Yes.
about
Yes.
ownership.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful.
whether or not we decide to keep the business or not, if I decide to sell that tomorrow, it's generational wealth.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
You've
hope
created that.
I hope the community is picking up what she's dropping down.
Yes.
I mean, there are lots of gems in what Sister Nye is telling us
yes.
as an entrepreneur, looking after ourselves first, not being where we are undervalued, having a partner that supports, dealing with, working with communities and sharing the wealth and teaching the youth so that you can have a legacy.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. You know, Sharon, you have some rapid fire questions. I think they are fun
Wow.
and
Oh, my
excellent.
God.
Can we make a quick switch here? You ready, Nye?
Yes, sure.
One word that describes your journey.
Ooh, boy, that's a good one. Purposeful.
What's the biggest lesson in life? Biggest life lesson?
Communication.
A song that's powerful. I like that. Go, say it again.
Powerful.
Communication. Oh, I like that a
Yeah.
lot. Really. So, what song represents your life right now?
Nice one.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Easy like Sunday morning.
That's a good one. But oh man, that's hard because there's so many things. I'm every woman.
Ooh,
Woo.
interesting.
Mr. Bennett.
All right, Mr.
Anyhow,
All
she's
right.
coming home soon. So, early bird or night owl?
No, I'm an early bird. I'm at 3 every morning.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
I work
3
out,
a.m.?
work out,
It's gonna be like you in the
nice.
next slide.
work out,
Not this
meditate, and
one.
pray.
Not
That's
this
right.
one.
And
Not
then
this one at all.
continue.
3 a.m. and then continue to work.
Woo, 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 woo. So what time
Okay,
you go
so-
to bed?
Probably about 8:30.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So you see, I'm a night owl, so I don't relate to that.
Yeah,
part
it
of
used to
you.
be 7:30, but
Yeah,
that
Sharon,
was.
I'm a night owl too.
See, I'm
8:30 is
straight up-
good.
I'm a straight up night owl. I mean, 8:30. I'm just getting started.
No, I got to be up at 3. I
Well, if
feel
you
like
gotta
I'm
be at
losing.
3, you
You have to
have
be up at
to.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm losing. I feel like I'm losing time, even on the weekend when I'm not. I'm up at 3.
It's a
Wow,
discipline.
that's interesting.
discipline.
It is. It really is. And one thing you would say, you're still because if I were to sum you up, I would think that Nye has accomplished there's nothing left for you to accomplish. So what is that one thing that you're still dreaming of to accomplish?
One thing that I am still dreaming of, to be honest with you, it doesn't even have to do with me. It has to do with autism.
Ooh, and
And-
you have just 2 seconds because we're out of time. I hate when this happens. I
Yeah.
hate this part of the show. That's a thing for me.
Yeah,
and
it's big for me.
And I know it is.
It's big for me.
And
so
what about
we're gonna
autism? What do you
we're gonna
mean?
bring you back because we need to talk to you more
about-
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We need to dig into that.
Ex-
But what about it?
Expanding the knowledge and the resources for
Awareness.
these.
Yes.
As a kid, they're fine, but as adults, they have no options.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
Yes, because
limited
as a kid, you're a child, so you got your parents and you
got
the
your parents,
village,
you got school.
School.
But as an adult who
Yes.
cannot work,
Yes. Then what?
then what?
Yeah.
And Social Security at $900 a month. When I die, who's paying his rent? Because say if he didn't have siblings.
Yes.
What
Or he
happened?
didn't have a legacy.
It didn't have a legacy. What happens to him?
And you know what? That's a question that so many, I'm getting chills just even listening to that, because that's a concern. And that concern needs to be
Yeah,
addressed.
most institutions are not suitable.
Not at all.
No.
You're coming back because we're going to expand on that. We're going to really expound on that one, because we're going to bring
I
you
have a
back in
couple
when
of
we have
folks
that autism.
that we can talk about that
we're gonna be talking
deeper.
more about that, because Sharon, I think we should just dedicate, we're going to talk, because we're going to dedicate some time, some more of the space to autism, because it's one of those things where people are like, oh,
And
yeah.
they are more
No.
than they were years
Oh,
ago.
well, because
They're
awareness.
recognizing
Well, it's the
more.
awareness,
Yeah,
because there are people
absolutely.
who've been
Yeah.
in that space, operating in that space, functioning in that space,
Yeah.
and not knowing, but never been diagnosed.
I get very passionate and almost tear up when I speak about autism, because people don't understand the journey of a parent with a child with autism.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't.
And it's difficult. It's hard on the entire family. And a lot of families don't make it.
Yeah.
That part.
People don't talk about that.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what happened to these kids when we're gone?
Yeah.
Yes. And so we need, Sharon,
Yeah. So
you're coming, this is going to be a revolving door. So when you hit the door, you're going to be coming right back in, because we're just going to go ahead and get her on the calendar
All right.
very soon.
All right.
So this is where we say,
Time to go. You
sheesh,
had a great time on our
we
show.
sure did.
I loved
Well,
it.
let her give a final word, please.
Yes,
Just give a final
where,
word as far
can
as
people contact you?
how do they
Okay,
find you?
so you can find us on www.vintageonfirst.com or www.osochic.com. You could call 678-902-6622 or email us at info@vintageonfirst.com or booking@osochic.com.
And that's vintage
And
first
chic.
with a
One
ST.
ST.
And chic.
Chic is CHIQUE.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so we
I
got
love it. There you go. Thank you so much for coming
joining
in.
us.
No, thank you, ladies. Like I said, amazing.
We appreciate you. Our hearts are full and running over because of you.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
Speak Harmony family, we invite you to comment and make suggestions. We are so glad that you joined us on our show today. We want to thank again APAT Media, big up Mr. P, big up Brother Damien, and to tune in, turn up, tap in next Tuesday right here, YouTube 7 to 8 p.m. Until then, keep
We would
speaking
love-
harmony to your life.
And what do we say? Subscribe, love it, like it, share it. Keep sharing, and see you next week, 7 to 8. There you go.
Yeah. When is autism?
Thank you for listening, you're the best. See you next week to